Today you worked on pages 16 and 17 of the ACT English section. On page 16, the first question, number 26, brightly lit station welcomed the public. Many of them were skeptical of traveling underground. We need to change the of them to G, many of whom were skeptical of traveling underground. The reason we need to do that is because many of whom gives us extra information on the public. If we keep many of them, technically we have two independent clauses and we have a run-on sentence with the comma being a comma splice. So many of whom changes the second clause to subordinate. Number 27, it didn't take long for New Yorkers to adapt, however. The correct answer for number 27 is A, no change. Number 28, the writer wishes to add a sentence that describes the magnitude and expansiveness of the New York City subway system today. Given that all of the following statements are true, which one, if added here, would most clearly and effectively accomplish the writer's goal? The correct answer is G. Today, riding a portion of the New York City subway 656 miles of mainline track is a daily routine for more than 4 million people. And that is an effective ending because it reflects upon the quote that is listed at the end of the passage right now. One newspaper reported that the riders were emerging from underground, quote, having finished what will be to them the daily routine of the rest of their lives. Number 29 asks about the preceding passage as a whole. Upon reviewing the essay and finding that some information has been left out, the writer composes the following sentence incorporating that information. This technique, also known as open excavation, became the standard for subway tunneling for nearly 60 years. If the writer were to add this sentence to the essay, the sentence would most logically be placed at point C. Remember, the blocks with the little letters on them are where you go to figure out where this part would most make sense. And it would make sense right after the sentence, Parsons decided that most of the subway tunnel would be constructed using an innovative engineering method known as cut and cover. This technique, also known as open excavation, became the standard for subway tunneling for nearly 60 years. And then it goes on to explain it. First workers used picks and shovels to remove roads and dig a deep trench. So again, for page 16, number 26 is G, number 27 is A, number 28 is G, and number 29 is C. On page 17, you have started a new passage. It's about Diego Rivera, called The People's Painter. Okay, for number 30. In the 1920s, Mexican artist Diego Rivera, who lived from 1886 to 1957, practiced the art of painting frescoes, or large murals done on fresh plaster. For number 30, the writer wants to suggest that the art of the fresco had been in decline previous to Rivera. Which choice best accomplishes that goal? All right, and the correct answer for number 30 is J, revived. Because if you revive something, you take something that's either dead or almost dead and bring it back to an active existence. So practices, again, should be changed to J, revived. Rivera's frescoes appeared on the outside walls of buildings in Mexico City in plain sight of any passerby. This brought art out of the elite galleries by catering to the upper class and literally to the public. The answer for number 31 should be B, change by catering to that catered. Right? Because we want to bring it out of the elite galleries and give it to the public. Number 32, Rivera attracted for his belief controversy that the working class should wield more political power. That is wordy and modifiers are misplaced. So what we need to do is change the answer to J. Rivera attracted controversy for his belief that the working class should wield more political power. Number 33, we would like to change in his art to D. Right, so again, we want to get rid of, the sentence reads, his dominant artistic subject in his art was as expansive than his frescoes. All right, since we have just said artistic subject, we do not need to say in his art. So we want to eliminate repetitiveness. So that answer is D, delete the underlined portion. I hope you noticed that when I read the sentence, it sounded funny. His dominant artistic subject was as expansive than his frescoes. So of course, we should change number 34 to H. His dominant artistic subject was as expansive as his frescoes. Number 35, one of his frescoes depict a progression through time and can be read as timelines from left to right. The correct answer is B, many, because we've got the verb depict, which tells us it needs a plural subject. Both one and each, as well as anyone, are all singular, and so we need to change to the plural with many. All right. For example, on the left side of the fresco, there might be field workers hunched over in fatigue and surrounded by the tools of their trade. On the right side, after they have moved through history, period, the same workers stand tall, radiating strength and confidence. The correct answer is going to be H. History, comma. On the right side, comma, after they have moved through history, comma, the same workers stand tall, radiating strength and confidence. The beginning of 36 is a prepositional phrase and a subordinate clause. All right, and in 37, such empowerment of the worker were to be the bright future Riviera envisioned for all the workers of the world. Such empowerment is singular, and so we need to change it to C, was the bright future Riviera envisioned for all workers of this world.